Hello Virgo, welcome to my channel, Oracle Intuitions. My name is Catherine and this is your energy forecast reading for June 2020. So today we're going to be looking in on the current energies of what you're bringing in from May going throughout the month of June. We're going to be looking at things that you need to allow or things to focus on. We're going to be looking at energy that you need to release or possibly clear. And we're also going to be looking into relationships, and then we're going to be doing some closing messages from Spirit. So we're going to start off with the current energies currently. And again, these are coming in possibly from May or even before, going throughout the month of June. All of the links to my Instagram, Twitter, Facebook pages are down below. I do free readings occasionally on Instagram TV or IGTV. And if you are interested in any of the decks that I'm using, I do have links below for all of those as well. So to start off, again, we're looking into the current energies for Virgo coming in through the month of May. Let's get started. So what energies are you bringing in from May going into June? Knight of Wands. So I feel like for some of you, this, when I'm looking at this card, this is a new energy. There might be some sort of new project. Maybe you're bringing it into fruition. Some of you might be even looking for a new project. This could be career, this could be some sort of hobby. This could be even, romance. I do feel like there's a new energy coming in and you are bringing it in from May going throughout June. So the star, yeah, look at that. So I feel like some of you might even already have an idea of what it is that you are seeking. Some of you might be still in those early stages, more of that, Page of Wands, where you know that you're seeking something, but you're not 100% sure what. But this Knight of Wands is saying that for some of you, you might already know what it is that you are seeking, and you're starting to make those strives toward it. And what did I just say? The Page of Wands. Yeah. So some of you, again, might be in those early stages of what it is that you're seeking. I feel like also for some of you, though, this very well could possibly be indicating that even though you have the idea of what it is where you want to go, and again, this could be, whatever aspect you want to relate it to within your life, career, job, hobbies, romance, relationships in some aspect. But basically, I feel like for some of you, you already know what it is that you are seeking. You may have already made the steps toward it. You have the vision in your head. You're allowing the universe to help you. You're allowing maybe even possibly friends, family, you're allowing it to form. And it might be just in the very early stages of it at this point. This is what it could be saying. So you have the idea, but it's still in the early stages of development. Okay. That's what I'm getting for, starting off for the month of June for you. And again, you may have, you may have come up with an idea throughout the month of May, or even bringing that in from May into June. But I do feel that for some of you, it is either in the early stages at the current moment, or it is about to head into the early stages at this point of actually doing the physical work that is, mental, spiritual work that is needed in order to bring this idea to fruition. All right. I really like this energy. It feels like there's a lot of releasing here. It feels like you guys came up with maybe something that, you might even just have something that's churning around in your head in the moment, and you're kind of wondering, how do I bring this to light? How do I make this happen? I feel that for some of you, it might even be a variety of things. It doesn't need to be one particular idea that you have in your mind, or, even one particular thought. It could be a matter of career and romance. It could be, all sorts of different things. But I feel like, for some of you, there might be several things that you are trying to create at this moment. So we're going to look into some clarifying cards in regards to inner child. Yeah, it's funny because I do feel like for some of you, you've done a lot of inner child healing. And that Page of Wands is really telling me too, is that through this healing that you've been doing, or this inner child, maybe clarification. Okay, sometimes, we look back at our past and we recognize things that we may need to release or clear or bring forth, and we may possibly still be in the early stages, but we're recognizing the fact that we may have some of that inner work to do at this point in time. How teachable are you? So it is asking you here, once you recognize what it is that you may need to clear, what you need to release, how teachable are you? Are you going to repeat those patterns? Because I feel like for some of you, you have this innovation or innovative idea. And again, it doesn't need to be like a new invention or something like that. It might be, it's something new. It's going back to school. It's something that brings passion to you, something that makes you excited, something that makes you feel really like you think about it and you're like, yeah, I could see myself doing that. It's a passionate, it's a full body, mind, spirit, excitement that you're feeling. And I feel that for some of you, again, you might have to do some inner work clearing in order to reach that. And the reason for that is sometimes if we're caught in old patterns of thinking or feeling, it may be hard to release those in order to move forward. Or if we don't release them, it might be hard to move forward, is what I meant to say. So I feel like for some of you, you're already recognizing the fact that you may need to clear out some blocks and barriers that you have within you in order to achieve this. Now, what I'm also getting here is I feel by looking at these cards and what I'm getting from the energy is I feel that for some of you, this is actually, you've already started the work, or at least you're in the process of starting the work, or you're recognizing that you need to start the work. But I'm also getting here too is that for some of you, it may have been a process that you might have been procrastinating about or delaying in some way, but now that you're actually starting the process, you're seeing like how much more passion you have towards this goal that you're looking at. You're recognizing it and going, this is really achievable. This star is saying, this is really achievable. I can do this. So more or less what it is asking you here is how teachable are you? Make sure that you don't fall back into old patterns, okay? As you're releasing things, let them actually go, is what I'm receiving off of that. So let's pull up another, self-sabotage. So I do feel like, again, as I was saying, how teachable are you? So I feel that for some of you, it might be a pattern, or you might get lost in a pattern, or you might even be scared of falling back into a pattern, is what I'm picking up. So what I'm feeling here is I already feel spirit and the universe is coming through and saying, just release it. Let us take care of the rest. Stop going into this self-sabotaging phase because you don't need to. How teachable are you? Have some faith that things are coming forward. This is a very achievable goal. What it is that you're thinking about, or what it is that you're trying to pursue into the future is achievable. It can come through. Okay. This Knight of Wands energy, when he comes through, he can be a little bit, he can be stable, but he can also be a little bit of I want to sometimes say trickster, to some degree. So you might not have a clear thought, like you have the passion towards it, but I'm also getting here that you need to take that thought of what it is, and instead of looking at the different areas around it, is actually to develop that thought. And what I mean by that is sometimes we have a thought, but then we're kind of going, okay, well, maybe that's not quite it. Maybe it needs to be like this. Maybe if I adjust it this way. I feel like for this, you need to just jump into it, because a lot of times that's more of a delaying action than it is an actual pursuing action. Because I feel that as you're going towards whatever this is, this goal, this aspect that you're trying to achieve, I feel that things will just start falling into place once you actually have that clear picture. Okay, so I feel like, don't worry about the little things, try to stay out of the self-doubt, try to stay out of that distraction mode, because I feel like that is part of the self-sabotage. Just keep moving forward. So if you have a goal in mind, just start reaching toward it. Those little things that you need to concern yourself with will heal themselves. They will come out at some point in time, or they may guide you towards, what it is that you need in order for this passion to be created. So that's what I'm picking up right off the bat. So we're going to look into things that you should be focusing on for this month, and or allowing in. Sorry, I just about dropped my cards. Okay, so what is it that Virgo needs to focus in on this month? What will help you achieve those goals? Or what is it just in general that you should be focusing on for yourself this month? Let's see what's coming through. And remember that these readings aren't going to resonate with everyone. They are general readings. So that's okay. You know, just take what you will from it and leave the rest. I feel like one more. Okay. So we're going to take a look into what to focus on for Virgo for this month. Both cards wanted to come out. Yeah, there you go. Hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know. Ooh, I don't know what that noise is. Okay, there's an alarm going on, so I'm just going to pause this for a moment until the alarm goes away. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so it says hope. Your loved ones in the spirit world know when to reach out if they see you're at a low point. Whether you're caught up in a difficult situation or struggling with somebody specific in your life, there is always hope. So again, you know, going back to that self-sabotage mode, you know, and maybe possibly as well, you know, clearing up those inner child feelings. Remember that you are being helped through this process. Okay. Again, you know, the message that I had gotten, I received, I don't even know if that's a word. The message that I received was that really hold on to, you know, that thought that you have, that what it is that you want, that desire that you have inside of you. Don't worry about the rest of it. Don't try to distract yourself. You know, have faith that things are coming through for you. And it also says study. So Spirit has its own special way of letting you know it's time to study again. From time to time, it's important to go back and learn. Whether that's learning old things in a new way or learning something totally new, this is an opportunity to expand your mind. So some of you very well may be thinking about going back to school. You may be even apprenticing for a new job. Maybe you're looking into, you know, some sort of different career, but you want to learn more about that career before you step forward. This very well even could have to do with relationships and the fact that sometimes we need to go back and take a look at our old relationships and see how we could improve not only like ourselves, you know, in order to achieve a better relationship. Now, that doesn't mean that you did anything wrong in past relationships. It's just sometimes we need to recognize or look at old relationships in order to bring forth what it is of a new relationship. Okay, we might look back and go, you know, I could have seen the red sign or the red flags in that person, or, you know, maybe, you know, when I see this behavior, this is not the behavior that I really want to bring forth into my life. This is not somebody that I want to be with. So I'm, you know, it's like that studying, kind of looking back, and it doesn't mean putting blame on anyone. It just means, you know, taking a look with an objective point of view and saying, okay, you know what? No, I don't want to date, you know, this type of person, or I don't need that type of person in my life. So I'm going to make sure, you know, I'm going to study and make sure that I know exactly what it is that I want going forth into relationships. But I do feel that for some of you, it might very well have to do with learning a new trade, learning even a new hobby. It could be, you know, any sort of thing. It might be for some of you, maybe you finished school and you're looking for a new job or a new career. So and I feel that for some of you, you know, again, it is telling you to have that hope, you know, moving forward. Even if things seem kind of bleak at the moment, you have that idea. Don't fall into that habit or that self-sabotaging mindset where you're feeling, oh, this is never going to happen, or I don't know if I can ever have this, or whatever it is that you're being critical about within your own mind. Allow it to be released, and you are getting that help and support throughout this. And here we go. It says, just ask. There are many here in the spirit world that can assist you at this time. We are made up of divine source, your loved ones, friends, guides, angels, and spirit helpers who are waiting to assist you. We are the spirit, we are your spirit team, and all you have to do is ask for help and guidance. Exactly just what I said. So, you know, they are here to help you. And sometimes, you know, it's just a matter of going into ourselves. Take a few moments within yourself and just say, look, at this is, you know, this is my desire. This is why my hope. This is what I'm trying to achieve. Please help me throughout this. And then just wait and have those signs. Allow yourself to see the signs of bringing it forth. Don't sabotage yourself by saying, oh, you know, this is junk, or I don't believe in this, or whatever it is. Just, you know, take a step back. Have the faith and the hope that things are coming forth. You already were given that idea, or whatever it is that you know you're trying to seek, that idea, that desire that you're trying to move forward with. And it is saying that they are here to help you throughout this, but don't sabotage yourself by not believing in yourself, is what I'm really getting. Okay, so we're going to get some clarifying cards in regards to what they have to say. These cards are a little hard too. I love them. They're absolutely beautiful, but they are a little hard to shuffle just because they are quite stiff. So please excuse me as I kind of mumble through that one. Okay, here we go. So we're going to get some clarifying cards for this. Six of Autumn. Your successes and prosperities have allowed you to pay off debts, acquire wise loans, or receive a grant or scholarship. In return for heaven's blessings, be sure to share the wealth with others through donations of time or money to reputable charities. So what I am getting here is that for some of you, if you have received help, or if you are trying to seek help, sometimes, you know, giving back in some way. And now this can be also an energy exchange. I'm actually hearing in my head is that the energy exchange can simply be an actual thank you towards your guides. I do feel that an energy exchange of some sort. Now, this also could be, you know, perhaps you are thinking about volunteering. Perhaps somebody, again, has helped you, you know, along your path. And it's really what it's asking you here is to help with this energy, you know, this energy is to do some sort of exchange. I also am getting and picking up here that this might be an energy exchange towards yourself. If you've been in some sort of negative state of mind, that self-sabotaging, you know, mindset, I do feel that for some of you, it might be that positive energy exchange towards you. Okay, and allowing, again, you know, just ask, have that hope that is needed in order to move forward. Because again, sometimes just having that hope or that faith is going to help move you forward. Okay, and giving back to yourself and to the guides will really increase this. So that Three of Autumn is coming in. There's some, you know, it says your most satisfying and profitable career comes from following your passions, listening to your heart, and doing what brings you joy. Your life purpose is best fulfilled by allowing your talents and true self to shine forth out into the world. Exactly. I do feel like for some of you, you may have come into some sort of desire that you may have been feeling for a long time, and now you're ready to bring it into fruition. You're allowing yourself to actually think about that process of bringing it forth. Okay, and this might be in all sorts of different aspects. Again, you know, take it as it resonates with you, but I do feel that you're now ready to take that step forward. Okay, and the Queen of Winter is coming through. All your life experiences have prepared you for this moment of truth. It's time to declutter your home, clear away situations that aren't working for you anymore, and disengage from people who create more drama than happiness. A lot of times we tend to get into a negative type of mindset by the people that we do have around us, or even possibly just with the environment that we're in. Okay, and this could be of your own doing, it could be somebody else's doing, whatever it is. But I feel that for some of you, you do need to take that step back and, you know, declutter even your mind. Again, that self-sabotage, you know, type of behavior is coming through. How teachable are you? So it is saying, you know, in order to really clear this, you know, clear up the junk that we no longer need, allow it to be released and move forward. And, you know, whether this is in a physical release of, you know, stuff that you have around, maybe it's time to clear out the closets. Maybe it's time to, you know, just go through old stuff that you're hanging on to memories of that are no longer needed. And this very well could be people. If you have people in a negative mindset that are around you, it is very, very hard to move or take that step forward. Sometimes what we do, especially if we can't really, I'm going to use the word, escape these people, although it's not an actual escape for the most part. But what I am getting here is that for some of you, you may have to, just maybe hold on to your dreams for yourself, or share them only with people that you know are going to be supportive in some way. Because sometimes what can help us, what will bring us back to that negative type of mindset is we might be really excited about something. We might have that passion towards something, but then, we have that person that's saying, oh, you can't do that, or that's not feasible, or whatever it is. Okay. So you already know those people within your life. So, instead of testing that theory, or, going back into that mindset of, well, I'm going to share this and then I'm going to be disappointed by sharing it because, you already knew exactly how they were going to react to it. Just maybe keep it to yourself, for now, until you can start really bringing it out into fruition, or just talk to people who are going to be supportive of you for that situation. Okay. So now we're going to look into things to release and clear throughout the month of June. Give it 1 second here. So things that we need to release, things that we need to clear, what will help us move forward toward this goal, what will help increase our success toward that goal. I'm going to do one more. There is somebody with a weed eater outside, so I've had to pause the video, and I apologize. Healing from heartache. So this is what I'm getting. I feel that for some of you, because you have gone into, you've had those disappointments before. Now, again, take it as whatever aspect it's falling into your life. I do feel that it's time to release and clear those things that have brought you heartache. And again, this could be just a mindset. This could be in some sort of physical form, but I feel like a pattern here. Okay, I do. I feel like there's a pattern for some of you. And again, this is going to resonate for, maybe not all of you, but I do feel like there's some sort of pattern. It's like a circle. It's like you know that doing this is going to bring about this, but you kind of do it anyway, sort of to see where it's going to go. And then you end up in this circle of, repeated, heartache or disappointment in some aspect. So I feel like it's time to release that circle. And it says it's time for a treat. So it's time to treat yourself, okay, by removing this pattern is what I'm getting. It's time to actually take that step forward and recognizing your own strength, your own versatility, your own genius, really is what it is. And allowing yourself to recognize your own beauty, inner and outwards, okay, is what I'm getting. It's time to stop. If we're going after goals that we don't truly have the passion for, but we might just be doing it because we feel that we need to, or we're just for whatever reason, that we tend to go after something, even though we truly know that it's not within our passion. We do tend to get sometimes disappointed. It's like, well, I'll step forward towards this, and then I'm getting disappointed. And again, that circle happens. And what I'm getting here is that for some of you, it is time to go after that passion. It's time to treat yourself. Go after the things that you truly are enjoying, not just something because it's there. Okay. So, whatever it is, go after it because you feel this absolute desire throughout your body, throughout your mind, throughout your soul towards this goal. And it's saying back off. So I'm feeling, again, for some of you, this very well might have to do with relationships of some sort. Again, take it as it resonates with you. But I feel that for some of you, again, that back off, is that healing from heartache. Okay. And this could be, self-imposed heartache, again, with those circles, and it's telling you to back off. It's time to, stop doing those behaviors. Okay, stop sabotaging, yourself with things that, you don't have that passion for. I do feel that for some of you, you may be going through some sort of heartache. Maybe you had to tell somebody to back off, or maybe, somebody had to tell you to back off. Maybe they just weren't interested. And I'm feeling that for some of you, I'm going back to the thought pattern is that maybe you really didn't have that passion towards that person in the first place. Sometimes we sort of get into a mindset of, this is more or less of the person that I'm looking for, even though they may not be paying that amount of attention to me, I'm still going to pursue it. And then we end up in this pattern of heartache again. And it is telling you, again, go after what it is that you're passionate about. You may have had to tell somebody, to back off. Maybe there's somebody that you're not particularly interested in, and they have been pursuing you, and you've had to, physically say, look, I'm just not interested. But again, I do feel that, I feel like this is more in regards to yourself. This might have to do with relationships. We can take a look into that later on, or we're going to look into that next. But I am feeling like, this is more to do with you than it has to do particularly with others. Okay. I feel like it's, again, back off, just stop that behavior. This is like a message from your guides. Just stop. You know what it is that you have the passion for. You know what it is that you desire to bring in and forth into your life. Okay. It may not be, you may not see the actual idea. Like if you're looking for, let's say, a career, or you're looking for a new hobby or something like that, and you're going, what am I passionate about? You know that you're recognizing the fact that you're wanting to pursue that passion. Okay. And it might even just be as simple as that, especially with that Page of Wands energy that was coming through. Okay. It's the beginning of, so you might not see the actual object. You might not be going, okay, well, this is exactly what I want to pursue, or this is the exact career, relationship, or whatever, but you have that passion towards it, and you know that you're seeking it, and allow it to come through. So basically it's saying, stop pursuing things that you just don't have that true desire for. And we're going to get some clarifying cards. Yeah, Six of Cups. So I do, again, going back to that inner child. There could also be, for some of you, there could be somebody coming in from your childhood. This might be, a relationship type of issue that is coming through. When I see that Six of Cups, it can, for me, it does talk about not only, possibly some sort of karmic relationship, maybe some sort of soulmate relationship that's coming forth. Maybe, you've recognized it and you're saying, look, it was exciting for a while, but now it's time to back off. And even though you have to go through that heartache, whether maybe hurting somebody else or possibly hurting yourself, maybe you're in this state where you're feeling, I don't really feel like I need to stay with you because I'm obligated to it. And it might be very vice versa. Maybe they're no longer feeling it either. But I am more feeling that this is sort of some sort of inner child where you need to heal, past hurts, past heartaches, past, disappointments. Okay. Now that Five of Pentacles, I feel like, again, there's another way. There's another way. That Five of Pentacles is coming through, and it's saying, look, you don't need to keep repeating this same cycle. That's what I keep getting. That Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles is being very clear. Just ask for the help. You've got the support behind you. There is this, it does talk about just ask. And that Five of Pentacles is very much a just ask type of thing. You can see where there, if she just turned around and looked, she would see that, there is help for her. You've got these pentacles, like this church sort of figure in the background, or this spiritual type of figure, with the pentacles there, just like all she'd have to do is turn around, and there is hope behind that fence or behind that window. And, that's really what this is portraying. And I feel like you just need to ask. And now, whether this is, on the physical sense, maybe there's friends that you can talk to, people that you feel close to, maybe you wish to seek, some sort of other counsel, but there is help in order to clear up some past issues, is what I'm getting. And this also could be just from your own inner self. Okay, so that 10 of Wands, yeah, I feel like you need to release the burden. So sorry. So for the month of June is what I'm getting, what we need to release and clear is absolutely this. We need to clear off these old patterns, these old behaviors, these old mindsets, these own, old thoughts that keep coming through that bring us to a state of that self-sabotage or that state of disappointment or that state of heartache, and I feel that once we go through this process of releasing, this is when, that those passions can start coming through. They can start really, you can really start exploring them. And I feel that for some of you, you may have already gone through that process of releasing, and now you're ready to move into that new aspect of this star where your desires are starting to become tangible. Okay. You can actually you feel them, you can see them, you have that passion towards them, and you're working towards it. So again, take that as it resonates. But now we're going to look into relationships for the month of June. Okay, what relationships are coming through for Virgo? What do they have to tell us about relationships for the month of June? Okay, guys, it couldn't be any more clear, right? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. Yeah, so, especially if you are looking for that relationship, or if you're looking for, to bring somebody new in, or maybe you're trying to heal a current relationship. Again, we need to forgive. We need to allow, we need to, heal from that heartache. We need to, release what it is that we're hanging on to that we don't need anymore. This is what I'm getting. Now, when we say the word forgiving, okay, a lot of people, they'll take it as, well, basically, if I'm forgiving somebody, I'm allowing them to do it again. No. You're forgiving yourself. You're for getting into a situation or maybe a certain mindset in the first place, but you're also forgiving the soul of that person. Okay, we have to look at it as we are all souls. As much as you have a soul, so does somebody else. Okay, so sometimes what people do in that 3D, in a 3D meat suit isn't really truly their soul. That might be a lesson that they have had to go through as well. That doesn't mean that you have to forgive them and allow them to continue this behavior, or really forgive them so that the next time you see them, you have to high five them or anything like that. That doesn't mean that. It means basically what you're doing is forgiving their soul. Okay, you're forgiving them, and you're allowing that lesson from that inner child, and it might be even their own inner child, in order to move forward. Okay, this doesn't mean that you're inviting them out for lunch, okay, or anything like that, or again, when you see them in the street, thanks for hurting me. No, it doesn't mean that. You're basically forgiving the soul. And this is what I keep getting, especially with that inner child healing. It's time to release. And sometimes it might be ourselves that we need to forgive and release and learn from. Okay, our own behavior. We aren't perfect human beings. Nobody is. We all make mistakes, and we have all, especially me, we have done the silliest things, when it comes to relationships. But at the same time, if we hang on to every single mistake, I mean, society would at some point collapse. Like we if we were all hanging on to those mistakes that we had made, we're not going to move forward. And that's basically what it's saying. Forgive and learn from what it is that you might be hanging on to, and just move forward with. Okay. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you might be feeling disappointed in regards to your love life. Maybe you're waiting for somebody to come in. I feel that, again, doing this work, I feel that somebody, is maybe perhaps coming through for you. It might not, again, be in June. It feels like June is like the working month in order to bring this person forward. But again, we did get that 6 of Cups that was coming through. And for me, when I see that, that can also mean that soulmate card, that, that person that is coming through for us. It doesn't mean that we've, I mean, for some it can mean that you've known them since childhood, but I feel mostly that there's a soul connection. Okay. But, here's the thing, is that when we try to bring forth a soul connection, just because we're ready for it doesn't mean that they're always ready for it. Or maybe they're ready for it and we're not quite ready for it, because we still have some clearing, and blocks and barriers to remove. Maybe there is some sort of behavior, self-sabotage that we have to release in order to bring this person forward. And I feel like what I'm getting here is divine timing is at work. So I'm feeling like that this guidance from your angels helping you to release and clear and learn and embrace the true beauty of yourself will be bringing this person forward, is what I keep getting. And there we go again, right? So true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And this is what I feel. I feel like you guys, you're on the cusp of having this relationship come forward. Now, again, that doesn't mean that it's going to come, it might come through tomorrow. But what I'm getting here is, there's no time set on this. It really has to do with the work that you're doing. Once you release and once you forgive and once you, go through the learning processes that you need to do. And again, we also did get learning is in that study. Okay. And you can take study however it is. Maybe it is that you need to study, yourself, take a look into things that you need to learn from. Okay. And so, take a look at that. What is it? Take a look and ask, what is it that I need to release? And sometimes what we can do is, before we go to bed at night, ask your guides and angels to help you bring forth what it is that you need to release the next day. Okay. And sometimes it might not happen the next day. It might take a day or two, but you will suddenly feel like this, it's like this emotion pops up and you might wonder, or this vision or image or maybe a memory that comes on, and you'll go, why the hell am I thinking about this all of a sudden? This was years ago. But remember that we had asked for our guides and angels to show us what it is that we need to release. And so these thoughts, feelings, emotions, visions, whatever they are, might come forth because they are something that we need to just take a look at. Again, look at it from like a third party situation, look at it objectively. You don't need to, go down that rabbit hole of pain, but it is looking and going, okay, I understand the lesson here. I see it. I'm seeing both sides. I'm seeing, all of the, I'm looking at all of the different angles of this thought, feeling, memory. And now I can release it. And right there, bang, we have just released one block and barrier, allowing this person to start making an appearance. Now, again, for some of you that might already be in a committed relationship, I do feel that if you are having some sort of struggle within that relationship, this is, the same process more or less applies. Basically, the only thing is that you're not waiting for that divine love to show up. But I do feel there might be a reconnection within your relationship. Okay. And it is by doing the same process, that forgiving, that learning, looking at the other person's side. Okay. And, allowing yourself to go into this, recognizing that this is the relationship that you may possibly want. Now, for some of you, maybe you're looking at it going, no, I want to find the relationship. Maybe I'm with this person and I don't want to be anymore. Again, take it as it falls. But the same process will apply, that forgiving and learning, and recognizing the fact that you need to allow what it is, the energy, whether it's a person, place, or thing, to come forth in that divine timing. Okay, you need to allow it when you're ready for it, is really what's going to happen. Now, saying that doesn't mean that we need to be perfect human beings in order for, true love to come through. I'm not saying that at all, because that's never going to happen. Again, the earth would die, right? Because nobody's perfect. But it is saying removing enough of those blocks and barriers in order for this person to take a step through. It's kind of like that difference between having a metal door to a wooden door to maybe a screen door. Okay, so most people can kind of walk through a screen, or maybe it's, no door, right? And it's that we're trying to remove and break through. So, you know, people, it's very hard to walk through a metal door. You're not going to do it, right? So it might be asking you to remove that, maybe a wooden door, or, you know, a straw door, right? Something like that is going to be easier to walk through. And that's basically what we're saying. You don't need to be a perfect human being. You just need to be at a place where you're allowing this energy to really start to come in. You know, live in a place that has that hope, is what it's saying. Live in that place that has that hope. Okay, if we close the door on hope, it's going to be very difficult to, you know, reopen that door. So that's what it's saying is, you know, release, allow, and let this come through. So we're going to get some clarifying cards. The Four of Pentacles. Yeah, again, you know, that hanging on to, I feel like for some of you, you might be hanging on to old pain, because it might be easier to hang on to old pain than it is to release it. And, you know, as much as that may sound silly, sometimes we are comfortable in hanging on to things that we don't need. You know, we might be looking at it going, well, I don't know what that other side looks like, so I'm just going to hang on to this for this current moment. And what we have to do is, again, you know, release that, okay, is what it's asking you to do. Release that, but also hang on to that hope, is what I'm getting with that card. So we've got this Knight of Pentacles. So it's funny that Knight of Pentacles with this divine timing, that's really what the Knight of Pentacles talks about. It is about divine timing. It's making those, you know, when people ask me, when I'm doing personal readings, and people say, you know, is somebody, are we going to be together, or is he going to, you know, finally express his love, or whatever it is that they're asking. And I get that Knight of Pentacles showing up. For me, it is making a solid foundation first. So somebody, I will say yes, you know, because when this is showing up, it means that this person for me is making those steps towards what it is that they're trying to accomplish, but they're also setting a solid foundation first. So again, that divine timing, it's really hard to, you know, you wouldn't want your horse here, if you look at it like this, you wouldn't want him going through mud or quicksand, because it's, you know, it's going to hold him back. You want him to have a nice clean, you know, foundation to move forward on. And that's basically what that divine timing talks about. It's allowing, and, you know, clear out the blocks. Sometimes it's not you that maybe needs to do all the clearing out, but just, you know, do so in order for you to be basically refreshed, and you're more focused in on yourself than when this person is coming through, when they're making those steps forward. But when this Knight of Pentacles comes through, for me, it says there's a solid foundation that's trying to be built here in order to have that true love. Okay, you might want somebody, or you might, you know, have, whether it's somebody you already have in your mindset or somebody that you already know, but I mean, it's not going to be a solid relationship if there's learning still to be had on both sides. And I don't mean just learning, you know, who cleans up the kitchen, but I'm talking about, you know, emotional triggers, emotional maturity, okay, mental maturity, in order to have a solid and stable relationship. This is what I'm getting. You need to, you know, there needs to be some things that makes that process solid. Okay, so yeah, that Three of Wands. So again, you know, that Knight of Pentacles is going towards that Three of Wands. You can see what it is in the future. You know what it is that you want to bring. And for some of you who aren't, you know, quite sure of what it is that you want, it is asking you to set in your mind's eye what it is that you truly want. Make, you know, whether it's make a list. Okay, these are all the aspects of a person. These are the behaviors and the, you know, everything that I want from a partner. Okay, or maybe you, again, you might already have that partner, and we want to work towards that. So again, it may not happen overnight. There may be steps that you have to take in order for the two of you to reach this place between the two of you, in order to make it a solid foundation. And this is both of you putting that work in and towards it. Okay, this is what I'm saying. I am also getting, for some of you that are already in like really happy relationships, you're in the committed relationship, it is kind of giving you that confirmation that you have done that work, that you have let go. You've done that. You've put in that solid foundation. You've poured that foundation to make this relationship solid. And this might be that confirmation that you already are with your true love. So again, take this as it resonates for you at this particular time. So what we're going to do is we're just going to close off with some messages, a message from the universe. Now, I am going to be using the Mystical Shaman Oracle simply because I do like the messages that come through with this deck. Okay, so let me pulling one card for Virgo. There's a closing message. I feel like really good things for you, Virgo. I feel like once you do that releasing, or if you have done that releasing, I feel like this is going to be a huge month for you in self-recognition. Okay, and through that process of recognizing your own true qualities, your own beautiful qualities that you have within you, you're going to see that accomplishment of what it is that you're heading towards. All right, so we're looking for a confirmation card for Virgo. The Medicine Wheel. Okay, we're going to read this. Give me one sec. So the essence of the card. The Medicine Wheel is a sacred hoop with the 4 cardinal directions well marked. It represents the cycle of life, the cycles of nature, and the circular pattern of our cosmos. It has been used for millennia in indigenous cultures to bring harmony and well-being to the village. Its directions symbolize the 4 steps a shaman takes to become a person of power and wisdom. The invitation of the card to manifest clear blue skies in your life. It is important that you take a look at certain aspects of your being. Enter the Medicine Wheel from the south and reflect on how you are still clinging to events, again, from the past. Continue to the west and notice which relationships are toxic and drain your energy. This is exactly what the reading that we just had. I mean, it's really just confirming, everything that I was feeling that was coming through. It says, step into the north and ask yourself, do I know my passion, and show it? And at the east direction, visualizing how you want the next chapter of your life. You need to visualize that 3 of Wands energy that was coming through. Visualize it. Okay? Release the old. Stop clinging to the events from the past. Stop sabotaging yourself, okay, or your own mindset. Notice which relationships are toxic. What is it that you don't need no longer? And again, that can come through just with that that forgiving and learning. Okay, it's forgiving the toxic, learning from those relationships, and visualizing what it is that you want for the next chapter of your life. It's up to you how much time you spend in each direction, minutes, days, or months. But when you are done, make sure to step outside the wheel and contemplate your journey. And the medicine of the card, you must not postpone your healing journey any longer. It can be difficult to start, but you must find the inner strength to step into the medicine wheel, or you may lose the opportunity. I don't feel you'll lose the opportunity, but what will happen is it could take longer. Okay, so if you're desiring a relationship, if you're desiring a goal, or whatever it is that you're trying to reach, is delaying this process, eventually you're going to have to come through this process. There are many ways and many paths. Choose the one you resonate most with. Exactly. Go with your heart. Okay, is what I feel. Feel the passion of what it is that you're seeking. And once you have found it, the only mistake you can make is not to follow it. Go boldly. So I truly hope that has helped, Virgo. Please like and subscribe to my video. If you found that this resonated with you, please leave me any comments if you wish. And please take care and have a wonderful and blessed month. Thank you.